Hello YouTube family, welcome to or welcome back to my channel. If this is your first time here, my name is Sharita and welcome. And in today's video, we're going to do a dedicated review to two of Creed's latest releases, Centaurus and Delphinus. These are both new to the market and in my opinion are really going to be perfect for fall. But the staggering price of $545 for a full bottle, is it even worth your coins? That's what we're about to get into today. So without further ado, let's go ahead and jump into today's video. All right, YouTube family, before we start, as always, be sure that you are subscribed to the channel. And if you find any value in the content along the way, please do not forget to give your girl a big thumbs up. So lip combo. I totally forgot to tell y'all the lip combo for last week. Probably because it wasn't a combo, it was literally just a gloss stick. But this lip look is a brown lip liner. I always use, typically I will always use P. Louise's in the shade Loyal. And I have on Anastasia Beverly Hills liquid lip in Ashton. And I topped it off with the Fenty Gloss Cream. This is in the shade Cupcakin', which I don't even know if this is still available. But Mob Wives would be something close and similar to. This is the cream. All right, so these fragrances, you guys, I was excited about getting my nose on these, but I really am trying not to blind buy anything from Creed because I just don't know what to expect. I looked at the notes of Centaurus and I was like, oh my God, this sounds so beautiful. But I have a feeling it's going to lean masculine, okay? And sure enough, it leans masculine. So let me refresh my stick. This fragrance wears a little different on my skin than it does on paper. So you have top notes of tobacco, cardamom, cinnamon, pink pepper, heart notes of sandalwood, geranium, heliotrope, jasmine, patchouli. Then you have base notes of bourbon vanilla from Madagascar, benzoin, tolu balsam, tonka bean, and ambroxan. So on the paper, I feel like the spice in this fragrance is really front and center, but on my skin, after about 10 seconds, this beautiful spicy opening full of warm tobacco, the cardamom, the cinnamon, all that's coming through, but the patchouli in the mid, they meant patchouli in the mid. It's going to come through and pop through on your skin a lot. Well, on my skin anyway, okay? And honestly, I get a good hint of it on paper, but it's just really potent on my skin. So if you have an issue with patchouli, please try this on your skin first. For me personally, you all know my history with patchouli is very sordid. This is just way too much patchouli for me. And I feel like it's really a masculine. This isn't a kind of, on the fence, unisex. This thing is very masculine. It's very spicy. It's very sexy. Would I want to smell this on my guy? Absolutely. I mean, this is going to be a head turner. Okay. This is a little different for Creed. I don't think they have anything in their house similar to this. And I think that this is a wonderful job. The spices in here are very, very smooth. But once it starts to develop on the skin, that patchouli, it definitely subsides. It's still there, but it's not overly green, scratchy, dirty. It almost comes across slightly chocolatey once it starts to develop on your skin. At first, the patchouli is really screaming, all right? So on my skin, the final dry down that I am getting is tobacco, slightly smooth cinnamon. You're getting so much beautiful balminess from those resins featured in the base. You do have just a slight hint of vanilla. There is like a sweetness to this between the benzoin, the vanilla. It's definitely there, but I feel like you're going to get a ton of balsams on your skin when this really, really does enter that mid to final dry down phase. I think that it starts off quite strong, but you're going to get really good longevity from this with more of a moderate sillage. I feel like if you overspray this, you're definitely going to get something that captures all the attention, turns the heads, because it starts off quite loud. But I feel like, again, a lot of that dies down. The ambroxan is mentioned in the base, but I don't get anything that comes across really heavy on the ambroxan. Again, tobacco, patchouli, very smooth, delicate spices, and a balmy fragrance. It is very well done, very classy in true Creed fashion, but I do think you have to enjoy more masculine fragrances. You do have to like it a little spicy, and you have got to like patchouli, okay? I'm not gonna overstate that enough. So after I smelled that one, I was like, okay, we're not getting a full bottle of that. No way, no how. Not that it, like I said, not that it smells bad or anything. It's just, it's for the fellas, in my opinion. So I was holding out hope for Delphinus. Y'all, when I tell you, Delphinus was a love at first sniff as soon as it left the atomizer. And for me, this is definitely more feminine leaning, however, still very unisex. But if I had to pick a direction it leaned more in, it's definitely going to be a little bit more feminine. I say that because it is very iris forward. It is very powdery. And I say that because it is very much so about that orris butter. It's very powdery. It's got just a lot of powdery facets. And for me, that just makes me think feminine a lot of the times. Now this one is to feature top notes of incense, black pepper, almond, and pink pepper, hard notes of orris butter, heliotrope, and orchid. Then you have base notes of bourbon vanilla from Madagascar, patchouli, tonka bean, amber wood, leather accord. So the notes for this fragrance are going to indicate something that sounds a lot more complex than what it is. This wears very simple, very classy, and this is definitely like moved right on up to one of my favorite orris butter or iris centered fragrances. And I say that because the ones that I have smelled in the past, I always find it to be quite beautiful, but they can tend to be a little underwhelming. Immediately I'm thinking Apollonia when I smell this. I am thinking LOUBI Rouge, which we'll get into in a minute. And of course, I feel like the GOAT of iris fragrances, Iris MALIKHAN, which I will be getting a full bottle of. But this stands in its own lane because you get that beautiful vanilla creeping through. And I feel like the way the vanilla is done in LOUBI Rouge comes off a little different. So Delphinus does have the spicy notes mentioned, but when I tell you they are so smooth and so well done. You don't necessarily have to fear this one because it does have incense and black pepper mentioned. The incense in here doesn't wear smoky. It doesn't wear super incensey at all. Like, you're getting this very creamy facet. And again, with all these powdery notes mentioned, with the incense, it's all just coming together to create a very powdery, smooth, luxurious orris or iris centered scent. You get that above all. You're going to get lots of orris root, orris butter, iris, whatever you want to call it. And the vanilla, the way the vanilla is done in here is absolutely breathtaking. So once this really starts to get on the skin, the vanilla is almost going to start to take center stage after about 20 minutes. On my skin, it takes center stage. It is very, very ambery. And I love it because it makes it wear very warm and ambery. So whereas I feel like a lot of the iris fragrances, they wear a little drier, they wear a little cleaner, this one has without a doubt a very beautiful warmth to it. And I think that even though this one does somewhat as well, it is all from the spice that you get from this really robust cardamom. And I feel like the cardamom is probably going to be the make or break for LOUBI Rouge and Delphinus. You don't have that worry. Again, the spices mentioned are very, very smooth and very minute, very much so pulled back, and they wear so beautifully. The vanilla, to me personally, just really makes this scent, and I just love the way that they're really sharing the spotlight, the auras, the vanilla, and this gorgeous ambery quality. You have tonka bean in here that's mentioned, and it doesn't stand out too much. Like, you're not going to smell this and really pick up on a ton of tonka bean or leather. You do get little hints of that leather, but I will almost have to be told that there was leather in here just because of the way that Oris is kind of playing. It's like, okay, is this just Oris, or it's almost like something sexy is going on in this scent? That leather is trying to peek its head through in a very subtle and faint way, almost a little suede like. So if you fear leather, I don't think you have to fear this. The amber wood, again, adding to the ambery quality of this, the woodiness helping to ground it. But I think this is a phenomenal scent. But however, $500 and almost $600. As beautiful as Delphinus is, I'm feeling really compelled to wait for a sack sale, some kind of discount to help sister out, because it's just not groundbreaking masterpiece level enough for me to pay $600. And that's what it's gonna have to be for me to pay that. And I feel like I do have $600 fragrances in my collection, and they are without a doubt masterpiece fragrances. So this one, I'm going to be nursing this little Decant Honey, this little 5 ml. It wears beautifully. I feel like this is one of those iris scents where you can really smell it on me. Okay, just getting wafts of it as I wore it, you know, the other morning on my morning walk. It wears so beautifully. So if you're looking for the more feminine one, the one that is going to like be beautiful all year, quite frankly, then Delphinus is going to be your pick. If you want something a lot more masculine leaning, then Centaurus is the one. But I think these are two really beautiful and really unique releases for the Creed house. So you guys, drop me a line below. Let me know if these are fragrances that you are interested in. Will you be adding them into your collection in 2024 or 25? Okay, I definitely want Delphinus. I definitely want it, but not at that full price. Okay, so I'm gonna pray for a sack sale. Hopefully it's one coming up soon. But that's it, you guys. Let me know your thoughts on these releases. Have you smelled them? Are you going to get your nose on them? Again, beautiful, but they pricey. They are very pricey. It has been real, YouTube. Be sure that you are subscribed to my channel. Be sure notification bell is turned on and set to all. And if you found any value in the content, again, please give your girl a big thumbs up. I will catch you guys on the next one.